What's going on, guys? Shane here with another Fight Tips quick tip. So the question today is that question that I've been getting since I started Fight Tips. Shane, what's the best style of martial arts? What's better, karate or boxing? Who wins in a fight, the wrestler or the Muay Thai fighter? Guys, we're going to put an end to that question. First, I want to talk about a recent interview with Conor McGregor that he did with The Guardian. So in that interview, the interviewer asked, who would win in a fight, you or Floyd Mayweather? And of course, he brought up Ronda Rousey, and they talked about that. Now, his response, I don't disagree with his response. He said, I would dismantle, I would knock out Mayweather. He said the same thing would happen with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey would flip Mayweather once they entered the clinch, flip him on his head, and then armbar him or whatever, take him out. And I don't disagree with that. In a no-rules fight, in an MMA fight, I do think it's highly likely that Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey beat Floyd Mayweather. However, I hate this question. I hate it. I can't stand it. And it just goes to show that the interviewer asking these questions knows nothing about combat sports and is just trying to get a good headline for the interview. Reason why I don't like this, a couple of reasons. You're riding off of Floyd Mayweather's success. Yes, he's the highest paid athlete, he's the highest paid entertainer, higher than Katy Perry, higher than One Direction. He gets paid more as a boxer in one fight than most other entertainers do. So of course, if you could get in the ring with Floyd, anyone would get in the ring with Floyd if they were getting paid, $100, $200, $300 million. Of course, so that's Conor McGregor's dream right there. That would be Ronda Rousey's dream. They'd be able to retire if they wanted to after that. The other reason why I don't like this question is because of course you'd be able to beat Floyd. He's never done a sprawl in his life. He doesn't even know what a full guard is. So that's like Michael Jordan calling out Wayne Gretzky and saying, I would beat you in a basketball match. Of course, because you train that. You've been training that your whole life. Maybe, if Floyd decided to do mixed martial arts and grappling instead of boxing, then maybe he would be as good as Conor McGregor. We'll never know. But what he does is boxing, so that's what he's good at. Also, remember when James Toney fought Randy Couture? James Toney has a very similar style to Floyd Mayweather. He has that Philly shell stance, he shoulder rolls, he counter punches a lot. Of course he got taken down and he got ground and pounded. That's exactly what would happen if McGregor or Ronda Rousey went up against Mayweather. And Mayweather knows that. I'm sure he does. He knows that if he went in the MMA ring, he would lose. I doubt he'd admit that on record, but I'm sure he thinks it. Going back to the style versus style question, there's a lot of variables, a lot of factors that go into it. Okay, so let's say there's a 6-year-old MMA fighter, and he's going up against a 30-year-old guy that did karate for one day. If that 30-year-old beats up the 6-year-old, does that mean karate's better than mixed martial arts? No. All right, hypothetically now, if you have one person who was cloned from the start, and one guy went to do grappling, and one guy went on to do Muay Thai, and they fought after 5 years equal training, who wins? Now it comes down to, what are the rules? Are they in a grappling tournament or are they in a Muay Thai tournament? Obviously the Muay Thai fighter is going to win if it's in his house. Grappler's going to win if it's under his rules. Now if we're talking about what's the best style of martial arts in a no-rules fight and a street fight where there's no weapons involved, let's think about it. Mixed martial arts, break that down. What is mixed martial arts? It's all of the martial arts. So if you have, people have asked me too, like, Shane, what's better, judo or mixed martial arts? Well, mixed martial arts, because you do judo. You're not just a strict judoka. You're doing your punches, you're doing your takedowns, you're doing your submissions, you're doing your boxing, you're doing everything. Right? So of course mixed martial arts. Now look at some of the toughest guys in the world, which are, mixed martial arts champions. Georges St. Pierre is very well rounded. He has great boxing, great kicks, great takedowns, great ground and pound, great submissions. You got Anderson Silva, also is a great grappler, great striker. You got Jose Aldo, Verdum, the list goes on. These guys are very well-rounded fighters. They're not. It's not like it was in UFC 1 where Gracie was just doing his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and beating people, because then he went on to fight. Matt Hughes, and he got picked apart. He got beat up. So style over style isn't the best. Mixed martial arts has changed things, guys. It really has. It's all of them. Why not be well-rounded? Why not do all of the martial arts and be good at all of them instead of just specialize in one? Now you can be a little bit better in your striking, a little bit better in your grappling so that you can fall back on that, but don't neglect anything. All right, learn as much as possible. All right, a little bit of a rant there. Let me know what you think about the Mayweather-McGregor situation. He was saying he thinks it could make $500 million. I don't disagree. I think it would. I kind of think that Ronda Rousey versus Mayweather would create more buzz and would get even more money. What do you guys think? Until next time, make sure you subscribe so you get the fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane with Fight Tips. Self-defense for the underdogs.